In this video, we're going to look at a critical juncture in the service call. This is where you're actually going to begin to use the iPad with the customer and you as the technician. This is a critical place because this is where the breakdown happens a lot that we see. You've expressed concern for the customer. Now you're ready to begin to uncover the unknown needs and wants. And so it's very kind of important how your body's placed with the customer. You don't want to give the customer the iPad at this juncture, and there's a couple of things that you can do to make sure that doesn't happen. The natural human tendency is if I stick something out to somebody, they just naturally want to grab it. So we don't want to be in front of the customer when we get ready to engage the iPad with them, because this puts us on opposite sides of the table, so to speak. And they also, when you hold it like that, they want to reach out and grab it and take it out of your hands. And you still got some things you need to do with this. And so the best thing to do is if you're right-handed, you find it's easier to manipulate the iPad with your right hand, you want to move to the customer's left. And so in this instance, I'm going to take the iPad in my left hand. I'm going to gently scoot over to the customer. Now I'm not moving them. I'm not doing anything awkward. We're just getting on the same side of the table. And so this way, she doesn't feel a compulsion to take it out of my hand. Now, if I hold it in my right hand like this, the customer wants to reach up and grab a hold of it. And so we want to keep that in our opposite hand. We want to use our finger to be able to point on the iPad. This way the customer can engage trade serve and what's going on with the iPad. I still have control of what's happening in the call at this point. So we're going to role play that and see exactly what that would look like in the field. Well, Mrs. Jones, this has got to be very frustrating, so I appreciate you the opportunity to come out and serve you today. What I'd like for you to do, though, if you do me a favor, I've got a note from my manager here. We want to provide you with world-class service today, and one of the ways that we do that is while I'm doing my diagnostic of your problem, and I've got to go out and get a tool, if you do me a favor and just read through this note from our general manager, when you're finished with that, as you can see down here in the right-hand corner, just press the next button. There's just a few questions that we'd like for you to take the time to answer for us, and just press right here in the middle, and it just selects your answer. When you're finished with that, there's going to be another next button. Don't push that. Just wait. When I get back in and I finish my diagnostic, we'll go over these safety questions together, and then I'll be able to answer any questions you have at that time. Okay. So before we get started with that, what questions do you have for me?
No questions.
Oh, fantastic. As you can see in this video, lots of stuff's going on here, a lot of interaction with the customer and the iPad. This is a great time to really become smooth with this. It's going to be awkward at first, but the more you do it and the more you practice it, man, it really goes smooth. The customers like the opportunity to see something from the general manager and an opportunity to answer a few questions. It also does some fantastic things for you as the technician. One, it now gives you some separation with the customer so that you can diagnose really what's going on. You can test the water pressure or the water quality, or if it's an HVAC call, whatever you need to do to get a little bit of space with the customer. However, you're still connected with them because you've got to get your iPad back. So they can't wander off and go make a business call. They're not going to start making coffee or anything weird like that. They know that they're waiting for you to come back and answer these questions. And so this place really begins to interact with the iPad, the customer, and yourself. Critical juncture. Make sure you practice this and get really good at it.